Imagine a kid who gets beaten so badly at school he ends up in the hospital. A young man who leaves his home country with almost nothing. Builds 2 companies, sells them for hundreds of millions. Then risks every penny on ideas everyone calls impossible. Rockets to Mars. Electric cars that actually look cool. He almost loses it all, multiple times. Divorced, broke, sleeping on factory floors. Yet he rebuilds, revolutionizes industries, and becomes the world's richest person. This isn't fiction. This is the real story of Elon Musk. As told in one of the best biographies ever written, Ashlee Vance's Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for a Fantastic Future. Published in 2015, this book is still the gold standard for understanding the early Elon. Today, I'm giving you the full in-depth summary. Key stories, quotes, lessons, and why it matters. Chapter 1, A Tough South African Childhood. Elon Musk was born June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. Apartheid was still in full force. His family was well off. His dad Errol was an engineer and entrepreneur. But home life was complicated. Vance describes Errol as brilliant but emotionally abusive. Elon has called his father a terrible human being. School was even worse. Elon was small, bookish, and obsessed with sci-fi and computers. Bullies targeted him relentlessly. One gang beat him so severely he blacked out, fractured his nose, and needed hospital care. He found refuge in books, Lord of the Rings, Foundation series, Hitchhiker's Guide, and in coding. At age 10, he got a Commodore VIC-20. Taught himself programming from the manual. By 12, he coded a game called Blastar, a space shooter. Sold it to a magazine for $500. That's like $1,500 today. This kid was already building worlds in code. He dreamed of America, land of innovation and freedom. At 17, he left South Africa. First to Canada, his mom May is Canadian. Worked odd jobs, farm labor, lumber mill. Then University of Pennsylvania, physics and economics degrees. He almost went for a PhD at Stanford in energy storage. But dropped out after 2 days. The internet boom was calling. The dot-com gold rush, Zip2 and PayPal. 1995, Elon and brother Kimball start Zip2. An online city guide, like Yelp plus Google Maps before they existed. They worked insane hours in a tiny office. Slept there, showered at the YMCA. Investors laughed at first. But the internet exploded. In 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million. Elon's share, $22 million at age 27. Most people would retire. Not Elon. He immediately started X.com, an online bank. Vision, revolutionized money. It merged with Confinity, Peter Thiel's company. Became PayPal. Internal drama, Elon was ousted as CEO during a trip. But the company thrived. 2002, eBay buys PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock. Elon's payout, about $180 million. Now 31, with hundreds of millions. What does he do? Buys a McLaren F1 supercar. Crashes it later, true story. But more importantly, he bets it all on space and cars. SpaceX, making humanity multi-planetary. 2001-2002, Elon tries to buy refurbished Russian missiles for a Mars project. Russians mock him, overcharge. He realizes, space is expensive because no one innovates. So he starts SpaceX in 2002. Goal, cut launch costs 10x with reusable rockets. Everyone says it's suicide. No private company has ever launched to orbit. Elon invests $100 million of his own money. Hires brilliant but young engineers. Buys an island in the Pacific? Almost, tries to buy one for a launch site. Early days on Kwajalein Atoll. Falcon 1 rocket. First 3 launches, failures. 2006, explodes on pad. 2007, reaches space but doesn't orbit. 2008, third failure, debris everywhere. Elon says if the fourth fails, SpaceX is done. He's divorcing his first wife Justine. Has 5 kids, twins then triplets. Personal life crumbling. Christmas 2008, fourth launch. It works. Falcon 1 reaches orbit, first private company ever. Then NASA awards a $1.6 billion contract. SpaceX survives. Vance captures Elon's emotion, tears in his eyes. This is where the all-in mentality shines. Tesla, Accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. 2003, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning found Tesla. Elon invests in 2004, becomes chairman. Pushes for a high-performance electric sports car. Roadster. Uses Lotus chassis. But production hell. Batteries explode in testing. Costs balloon from $65,000 to over $100,000 per car. Delays pile up. 2008, Eberhard ousted. Elon becomes CEO. Same year, financial crisis. Tesla almost dies weekly. Elon invests his last $40 million. Borrows from friends. Lives off loans. Sleeps on factory floor. Both Tesla and SpaceX on the brink. One more failure equals personal bankruptcy. But Daimler invests in Tesla. Government loan comes through. Model S development starts. The comeback begins. The man behind the myth. Vance interviewed over 300 people. Family, ex-wives, employees, rivals. Elon is intense. 100+ hour work weeks. Expects the same from teams. Fires people quickly if they don't deliver. One famous story: engineer misses a meeting for child's birth. Elon, that's no excuse. But he also inspires loyalty. Pays well, gives big missions. Work hard like me, or leave. First principles thinking, his superpower. Quote from the book: I tend to approach things from a physics framework. Boil things down to fundamental truths and reason up from there, rather than by analogy. Example: rocket costs. Industry said batteries too expensive. Elon, what's the raw materials cost? Turns out, market price is inflated. Build your own factory. Same with cars. Personal life: marries Justine Wilson, Canadian writer. 5 sons, 1 tragically dies as infant. Divorces 2008. Then Tallulah Riley, twice, married, divorced, remarried, divorced. Vance shows the cost of ambition. Key lessons and takeaways: this section alone is gold. Bet on big problems. Elon doesn't chase small wins. Mars colonization. Climate change. Ask, what matters in 100 years? First principles thinking. Don't copy. Deconstruct. Example: instead of rockets are expensive, ask what are rockets made of? Aerospace prices? Buy at spot market prices. Embrace failure as data. 3 rocket explosions? Each taught critical lessons. Failure is an option. If things aren't failing, you're not innovating. Extreme ownership and work ethic. Lead by example. No excuses culture. But build teams that can handle it. Long-term vision over short-term profit. Turn down billions to keep control. Mission first. Resilience through rock bottom. 2008, divorced, broke, companies dying. He kept going. Vance balances it: genius plus difficult boss. Many ex-employees love/hate him. But results speak. Why this book still matters in 2026. It ends around 2015. Falcon landings just starting. Model S winning awards. Mrs. Starship, Cybertruck, Twitter/X, Neuralink explosions, XAI. But it captures the origin story. The struggles that built the foundation. Walter Isaacson's 2023 bio is great for recent years. But Vance's is more raw, critical, intimate. Musk cooperated reluctantly, even offered $1 million to kill the book, joking? Said it's mostly accurate. If you want to understand how one person can move industries, read this. There you have it, the full story of Ashlee Vance's masterpiece. Elon Musk, a man who thinks in centuries, works in decades, suffers in years. What's your biggest takeaway? Have you read the book? Planning to? Drop it in the comments. If this video inspired you, smash like, let's get it, subscribe and hit the bell for more deep book summaries. Links in description to buy the book. Thanks for watching all the way through. Go build something impossible. End.